Good morning, welcome to a morning review. This is Kim Watson speaking on Monday, the 21st of December. So, looking at the euro dollar first, and on Friday we put in this sort of almost bullish harami sort of pattern coming in. We've broken the highs of that, which could see us continue up towards the weekly pivot, which is above us at 109.09, which ties in pretty much with the upper bands where we could find some resistance. So it could, if we do see a push up there, could provide a bit of resistance around that weekly pivot. Shorter time frames, well, I was trying to draw a trend line on it earlier on from the upper side, and it's pretty difficult at the moment, but it is certainly pushing to the upside. We have got an untouched daily pivot below us, so any break of this trend line could signify a move back towards that. But of course, with the prices being consolidated, we've got the 21 moving average of 34, and the 50 could cradle it and be quite nice as a support point. So we're in between here. This is the sort of possibly a bit of a bottoming pattern to what we've seen. Yeah, it's not really, I mean, in the short term we've got some higher lows and just making some higher highs here in this part of the pattern in what was from a bigger picture certainly a beginnings of a downward trend potentially. So a bit of a mixed bag with the euro. Looking at cable, and well, cable's sitting right at the bottom of its channel here once again. Again, in the short term, it may be sort of trying to be pushing, but it's very flat. The ranges are very tight. I drew a trend line earlier on. It's already out of timing. There we go. It's caught its daily pivot there. No real trend in the short-term frame there. If it breaks the highs, well, it's already hit the R1. Weekly pivot's way up above, actually. It's just sitting at near enough 1.5 area, just short of 1.5. So, right where the daily R3 is. So, with the pinch or the pivots, they may just be a bit meaningless today, how tight they are. Here, as I say, we've already hit the R1, we hit daily pivot. So if we do see some sort of move towards the upside, maybe a break of that towards the Friday's highs, and then maybe push up towards that weekly pivot if the euro is doing similar. But as I said, the range is very tight, making it very iffy to trade in. Looking at dollar yen, big shove down on Friday, the strengthening of the yen. It's consolidating where it is at the moment. It could again push on down for the prior lows there at that 120.60 area. It's just working off on this 4 hourly from the 4 hourly 8. It's had a reaction to that, showing a bit of strength there. A break of the lows, well, could see us heading back south. The pivots are a bit more wider on the yen here, so it gives a bit more scope in terms of targets. If we're looking at pivots for targets at the moment, as I said, well, really, if it breaks that sort of 121.04 or 5 area, it could be a catalyst for further downside there, but have to be patient. It could equally just find some support around that area and the monthly pivot there that's just sitting there. Aussie dollar made a good start of pushing back up again on Friday, and it's it had a decent retrace late on, and now bouncing back, and it's already hit the weekly pivot there. Looking at this pattern from the 4 hourly, it does look like, well, you'll see on the hourlies as well, there's put a higher low in it, a bit more significant higher low in there. It's well and truly taken out the prior high, and it's pushed up, and it's just sort of sitting at this sort of, well, in this wedge pattern at the moment. The bull flag sort of pattern that was already there before it's made this wedge would suggest we could be running up towards Friday's highs and maybe the R1. So it looks probably the most promising, or one of the more promising pairs for a decent target, but it's already hit its weekly pivot. But if the euro starts pushing up and the Aussie may just follow, we may just see a bit of dollar weakness, which may help the Aussie dollar as well. So that'd be a reasonable target. To break into the downside, well, you've got support coming underneath at 50 at the 50 MA. If we start breaking down, that may be a target, but the S1 certainly would look quite good for Friday's lows as a target. Okay, finally the Canadian dollar. Been pushing and pushing. On Friday it came in within a whisker of that 1.4, well, actually it's just over 1.4 because we did hit the 1.4 area. There was a lot of sell orders sitting in on Friday, as we knew when we was watching this, and they've been triggered, and the Canadian dollar came off pretty well there in the afternoon, and carried on going. Goodness. And then, well, we're in this sort of wedgie type pattern at the moment from this hourly, and it's less conclusive. Again, we've sort of, well, it's gone from pillar to post. It's almost actually, if I come back to the dailies, no, it didn't. It looked like it. Well, yeah, actually, sorry, I need to look at the 4 hourlies, not the dailies. Yeah, it did do the bearish engulfing on that 12 o'clock bar on the Friday. But it's followed through from that a little bit, not very far. It has got the weekly pivot below us, so if we do see a breakdown to any strengthening of the Canadian dollar against this US dollar, we could see this coming back towards the Friday lows of the bodies there, and the S1 and the weekly pivot would be quite a nice target. Any break of the upside, well, we're pushing on then. Friday's highs would be a target for it with the there was certainly a load of sell orders sitting up at around this 1.4 area, so they may be still sitting there, so we may find some resistance around those levels. Okay, that's pretty much it for me. News-wise today, it's very insignificant news coming out. We've already had 2 parts, 3 parts, 4 parts of it. There's only the German Buber monthly report. It's due out at what's the time? 11 o'clock. It doesn't really. Well, I don't think will have much of an impact on the markets. Although if they're really quiet and you get a few comments coming out, maybe it will give the euro a kicker. And we got the pound at 11 o'clock. What was it? Got the for the pound, we got CBI realised sales, but I can't see that being a big mover. But again, with low volatility, sometimes these sort of low, very insignificant numbers may give a bit of a move, but that move can often only be 5 or 10 pips. Anyway, that's it for me. Hope you have a great day. I'll speak to you tomorrow. Bye for now.